Now on the CBS 13 News at 5.
Could relief finally be coming for commuters on I-80 over the causeway?
It's a headache every day.
But how much are you willing to pay to beat traffic?
Flames shoot out of a plane's engine just as it takes off from California, leaving passengers terrified.
But first, a disgusting and disturbing act. Homeless vandalize a local dollar store.
Took their own feces and rubbed it on the wall.
But can police even do anything?
And we start with that racial slur written in feces, we're told, by a homeless person on the back of a local thrift store.
CBS 13's Ryan Hill is live in Sacramento tonight with what the store owners, Ryan, want to see happen here.
That's right. The man who owns the Dollar Thrift with his wife say that they have cleared out the trash and they have washed off the racial slur that was written in feces on their back door. They say that this is the incident was directed at them and that they want something done.
Before I had this fence put up,
Thomas Jones says trash was the least disgusting thing he saw when he opened up the back gate to the Dollar Thrift store.
They used the bathroom back there, took their own feces and rubbed it on the wall and put the N-word on the wall.
Jones and his wife Melissa tell CBS 13 they help out the homeless. They even give them socks and blankets. The couple says they've dealt with the homeless being a nuisance before, but nothing that they consider a hate crime.
We just find needles, we find feces, we clean up after them, the vomit, you know, I mean, we've cleaned up several things. This is the first time that it's been a direct insult to us.
Now, they're demanding the county do something. They'd like to see their tax dollars go towards helping those who may have victimized them.
The homeless are still out here with no place to go. The mentally disturbed are out here victimizing us. My children are here, my wife is here. This is where we do business.
The owner of Dollar Thrift says maybe the county could have some type of incentive for businesses who encounter the homeless population on a frequent basis and do have issues with them. Maybe something like a tax break is something that he is suggesting. Coming up at 6, we will hear about, if this could be considered a hate crime, and we'll hear from the Sacramento County Sheriffs about the lengthy process it could take to see if it is in fact one.
Yeah, I mean, considering what was written, depending, I don't know why it can't be a hate crime, but we'll follow it as the businesses get more frustrated. Ryan, thank you. We'll see you at 6. To this now, this just in, new pictures of the 3-week-old Utah baby allegedly abducted by her mom. There she is, and this mom may be headed to Modesto right now. Here's the story. Police said this is her mom. We want to show you her picture, 25-year-old Taylor Webb, right there. Webb is the baby's birth mother, but police say she doesn't have custody, and they need help finding them tonight.
Contact with us, let us know that the baby is okay, that everything's okay, that we can work through this situation that's ongoing.
Again, possibly headed to Modesto. Webb was last seen wearing black pants and a gray jacket. She also has a tattoo on her collarbone, a lengthy one that says, "Exhale the negative, inhale the positive."
In Stockton, police are investigating a deadly stabbing near Pershing Avenue and Navy Drive. Last night around 9:30, they found a woman with stab wounds. She later died at a nearby hospital. The motive is unclear here, and there is no suspect description. The victim has not been identified.
We're learning more tonight about that California woman facing federal charges for allegedly selling tainted skin cream from Mexico.
Officials say a special new task force that was created after a similar local case helped lead to her arrest. Now, right now, a Sacramento woman is still in a coma. She used a skin cream from Mexico labeled as Pond's. It was tainted with mercury, and it put her in a semi-comatose state. Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we are getting answers on how these dirty products are making it into the country unregulated.
PG&E now says power is fully restored for 99% of all customers impacted by the latest forced blackout. The utility says everyone had their power turned back on today, except for a few people in Solano, Shasta, Napa, and Butte counties. They should have their lights back on by the end of the day, we're told. PG&E cut power yesterday in parts of 10 Northern California counties because of the windy weather and the threat of sparking a wildfire.
Now to a wild scene in Vallejo. 6 people are hurt after a car crashed through the front of a Dollar Tree off Sonoma Boulevard. Look at that. Officials say the woman had shopped at the store just minutes before hitting the gas in the car. The impact caused shoppers to fall to the floor. The victims are expected to recover.
To LAX we go. There was an emergency landing there today after flames shot out of a plane's engine. There it is in mid-flight, or at least by the airport. See the flames there. Cell phone video shows the sparks right after takeoff. Flight was headed to Manila when the plane reported a mechanical issue. The plane landed without incident, and thankfully no injuries were reported.
Authorities say the teenager who shot 5 classmates at Saugus High School used an unregistered ghost gun. 2 of the victims died. The gunman's pistol was assembled from gun parts and did not have a serial number. Authorities are still trying to figure out how he got his hands on that weapon. He died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
BART employees calling for change after a man was killed on board a train this week.
Jackie Ward tells us workers say they need to feel safer out there on the job.
And I've also indirectly witnessed someone's life being taken. There are safety issues that I was not trained to handle. I don't feel safe.
This woman is a new BART station agent whose rotation includes the South Hayward station, that very station where Oliver Williams was stabbed to death. BART's board of directors held a moment of silence for Williams at the beginning of their meeting.
Thank you.
But after that, the message was loud and clear. BART employees want to feel safer while doing their job, and they want passengers to feel that same level of security.
When you're being stabbed or attacked, having a camera there is not going to help you. I mean, having access to getting away from the situation could help you.
On Tuesday, police say this man, Jermaine Brim, is the one who was trying to steal shoes off a sleeping BART passenger when Oliver Williams stepped in and tried to stop him. Brim then allegedly stabbed Williams to death with Williams's own knife. The crime spree continues in South Hayward. Last night, a woman ran out of the station screaming that she had been robbed, and there was no BART police officer in sight.
Jermaine Brim was officially charged with murder during his arraignment earlier today.
Also today at BART's board meeting, employee John O'Connor was recognized for his heroic actions that saved a man's life after he fell onto the tracks. You remember this? Letters congratulating him from some top officials were read, including one from Governor Newsom.
You represent the best of California, and I am grateful to you for showing all of us all that everyday acts of compassion can truly change lives.
The incident happened earlier this month at the Coliseum station. Surveillance video shows the moment a man falls there right onto the tracks, and then O'Connor jumps in, grabs him, saves his life with just seconds to spare.
Wow, what a move. All right, just getting started here at 5, waiting for someone to come home from work or school. Are they on 80? Well, possible solution to all that traffic on 80, or you may soon be able to pay to beat the daily commute.
In a pivotal day in the impeachment hearings, we break down closing arguments and what the president is saying after 5 days of testimony. Curtis?
And the generation that could become renters for life.
And the wind has died down for now. We're going to time out our next wind event. We'll look at the weekend, and then we're going to look at Thanksgiving and wet weather and snow. We got lots to talk about, so please stick around.
Sacramento's biggest sale on everything imaging is happening this Friday through Sunday at Mike's Camera. Get the lightweight Canon T6 with the 18 to 55 and 75 to 300 millimeter lenses, now only $399.99. This Friday through Sunday only. Complete info at mikescamera.com.
Understanding the world begins with the right questions.
Have police discovered a motive? Does the president have a red line?
What can voters expect to see today? CBS This Morning.
I got 50% off everything. We got an HD TV for $29.
Yeah, we did.
This one saved an arm and a leg.
Black Friday doesn't have to hurt. At NorCal Honda dealers, 14 days of Black Friday. Get door-busting deals without busting anything at all. On Accord, with Honda sensing safety features standard. On Civic, CR-V, and more. So this Black Friday, enjoy a way better ride. See your NorCal Honda dealer.
Attention investors, sick of market ups and downs? Want to avoid recessions? Need cash flow and total returns targeted at 18 to 21%? Our Class A Buildings Fund is prime income producing property. You're secured on apartment buildings. You're backed by $750 million of high quality new construction. Remember, no matter what the market, it's always a landlord's market. For 18 to 21% targeted returns backed by apartment buildings. Call us at 201-210-2727.
Big plans this weekend, Heather?
The usual. Traversing the countryside in an aging minivan filled with soccer balls and 6-year-olds, witnessing a clash of tiny titans, each in pursuit of victory!
Okay, Heather.
Get legendary.
See you Monday.
With Round Table Pizza, featuring time-honored recipes and superior ingredients topped to the edge. Round Table Pizza Royalty.
We're CBS 13, and we are getting answers for you.
This week's final public hearing in the impeachment inquiry have officially wrapped up.
In the hot seat today, an embassy official and a former top White House Russia aide.
Katherine Johnson is on Capitol Hill with the very latest.
I had firsthand knowledge regarding certain events.
David Holmes, a staffer at the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine, said he came forward with his recollection of a phone call between President Trump and EU Ambassador Gordon Sondland after hearing criticism. Other witnesses had only offered secondhand accounts.
You heard President Trump ask Ambassador Sondland, is he going to do the investigation?
Yes, sir.
President Trump pushed back on Twitter. Never have I been watching a person making a call which was not on speakerphone and been able to hear or understand a conversation. Former top Russia aide for the White House, Fiona Hill, cautioned Republicans on the panel against pushing conspiracy theories.
I refuse to be part of an effort to legitimize an alternate narrative that the Ukrainian government is a U.S. adversary and that Ukraine, not Russia, attacked us in 2016.
Both witnesses expressed concerns over the administration's dealings with Ukraine. Holmes said it should have been evident to officials from both countries. Military aid and a White House meeting were contingent on Ukraine announcing the investigations President Trump wanted.
There was nodding agreement. So did I go through every single word in the call? No, because everyone by that point agreed. It was obvious what the president was pressing for.
We aren't finished yet. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi hinted there could be more witnesses.
This president believes he is above the law, beyond accountability.
They are bound and determined to do whatever it takes to get after this president.
Republicans and the president say the summary of his July 25th call with the Ukrainian president outweighs witness testimony.
Let's talk strategy. CBS News has learned several Republican senators met with the White House today, the council there, this morning to discuss impeachment strategy should the House send over articles of impeachment.
Out of this, California Supreme Court has rejected a state law that would have required President Trump to disclose his tax returns in order to appear on the primary ballot. The state justices said the law was unconstitutional. It would have required all presidential candidates to turn over 5 years' worth of their tax returns.
Justice is on the ballot.
He is likely the most corrupt president in the modern history of America.
Insults were flying last night aimed at the president as 10 White House hopefuls took the stage in Atlanta. The candidates squared off on the usual stuff, climate change, tax breaks, and a health care reform. Here's Warren and Biden talking about that.
Let's bring as many people in and get as much help to the American people as we can, as fast as we can.
The fact is that right now, the vast majority of Democrats do not support Medicare for all.
The Trump campaign reacted to the debate, saying the candidates were, quote, short on solutions and heavy on their unhealthy obsession with taking down President Trump via an illegitimate coup. The next Democratic debate is set for December 19th down in L.A.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been formally charged in a series of corruption cases.
Yeah, Israel's Attorney General charged Netanyahu with fraud, breach of trust, and accepting bribes in 3 different scandals. He denies all allegations. This is the first time a sitting prime minister in Israel has faced a criminal indictment. Lots more to come to CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. We'll have the top national and international stories for you in about 20 minutes from now at 5:30 following this newscast.
Relief may be on the way for drivers constantly stuck in traffic on I-80, but how much are you willing to pay?
And she lost her wedding ring in someone else's grocery bag. That's right. How strangers on social media helped in this happy reunion. Stay with us.
All right, live look from our CalSTRS camera here as we go on through our Thursday. Get ready for some big changes next week, what it means for your holiday travel, not only here in the Valley, but in the Sierra. Full weather coming up.
Your grades are lower than expected because Sheldon broke the curve.
They don't seem happy about it.
The university wants Sheldon to go there full time.
He's just so young for college.
The school actually gets more funding because of Sheldon. What's it going to take to keep y'all here? This is a key to the faculty restroom. And unlike the other restrooms, this one gets cleaned every night.
Thank you.
A new Young Sheldon, tonight at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Do you need backup power as part of your emergency plan? During an outage, a backup power source can keep the lights on, help medications stay refrigerated, or power life-saving medical devices. Learn more at safetyactioncenter.pge.com.
If you need to replace your home's windows or patio doors, this is the sale that homeowners wait all year for. Renewal by Anderson's Countdown to Black Friday window and patio door sale is going on now, and it's our biggest discount of the year. Buy one window or patio door and get your next one 40% off, plus get an additional $35 off every window and $50 off every patio door. And with our financing, don't pay anything for one whole year. You can finally get this project done and take advantage of our biggest discount of the year. Renewal by Anderson's Countdown to Black Friday window and patio door sale is happening now and ends on Black Friday. Buy one window or patio door and get your next one 40% off, plus get an additional $35 off every window and $50 off every patio door, and don't pay anything for one whole year. For an appointment during our sale, call 916-312-6777.
Are you and your family ready for an emergency? You can plan ahead by mapping out escape routes and preparing a go kit in case you need to get out quickly. For more information on how to be prepared, visit safetyactioncenter.pge.com.
Please welcome back to the Late Show, Senator Kamala Harris.
New Colbert, tonight on CBS.
Sports Friday is high school football. Fridays at 11:15.
How do you like the sound of this? Adding toll lanes to Interstate 80. That's one suggestion to help ease the traffic pains heading to and from the Bay.
CBS 13's Renee Santos is live from the Yolo Causeway with a look at how it would all work. Renee?
Well, traffic right now is really hard to avoid, especially at 5 in the evening with so many people just trying to get home from work. For a lot of these drivers, traffic over on I-80 is time-consuming and stressful. They say some type of managed lane is needed fast. Car after car, the traffic doesn't end.
Pretty much after 4 p.m., even after 3 p.m., it's just moving at 1 mile an hour. It's terrible.
Right now, Caltrans is working on making the drive on Interstate 80 between Sacramento and the Bay Area better for drivers. Congestion at times.
It's a headache every day.
Squeezes out every ounce of driver's patience.
When you sit on the freeway for a couple hours a day, it makes for a long day.
It's really congested at the 5, the 50, 65.
A lot of the time I don't know if I'm going to be there late, if I'm going to have to call my boss or not.
To get traffic moving at a less stressful pace, Caltrans is working on adding managed lanes, and a new proposal could make them toll lanes.
I think it was going to depend on the traffic congestion in the Sacramento urban area and how the existing facilities are functioning.
Jess Avila is Caltrans project manager.
It could very well be a toll lane, but it could be an HOV lane to start and then toll as capacity or as demand increases in the future.
Whatever the changes are to ease congestion, drivers say at this point they'll take what they can get.
I feel like it would be very beneficial because that way I save time.
So if toll lanes became a reality, how would they work and where would that money go? I'm getting answers coming up at 6.
All right, it's definitely a talker, that's for sure. Renee, thanks so much.
This is a nice looking sunset behind you, that's for sure. It's been a beautiful day. I mean, went for a walk. I'm like, are you kidding me? We need the rain, but it's a great day.
I mean, think about this. Really nice. Back in New England, you're in the 30s. Here, we're in the mid to upper 60s. Enjoy that because
we'll take it.
Next Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to be in the low to mid 50s here in the valley. Rain is coming in, gusty winds out of the south, and we could get a couple of feet of snow Wednesday into Thursday in the Sierras. So that's good for the ski resorts, just not good for holiday travel. More on that here in a second. Let's go outside. We just saw a nice sunset. We'll continue with the sunset theme from downtown Sacramento, looking across the arena off to the west there. It is a nice night. Light winds out there. It was a little breezy in the north end of the valley earlier today, but all in all, it's just super comfortable. 62 currently in Sacramento, 61 Stockton, 57 Modesto, 60 for Marysville. Humidity 51%, still kind of dry with the dew points in the low 40s. Winds are calm around Sacramento, barometric pressure on the rise at 29.91. So that live shot right there looking off to the west. If you were to look off to the east, you would see some clouds right up here along the Sierra crest line off to the west slope there. We'll have another shot of seeing partly cloudy conditions tomorrow up in the higher elevations. A couple of clouds to start over toward the west, but I mean, really the whole thing will be basically fair skies, comfortable conditions. High pressure is going to be kind of setting up right on top of us. Lower pressure pressure's going to be down here off the coast of Southern California. So that's kind of the way it's going to go. You notice these lines of equal pressure super spread out. So that means light winds for the most part, maybe a little bit of a northwest wind tomorrow, 5 to 10 in some spots. But all in all, beautiful conditions. Temperatures should be 60 to 65. We'll be a couple of degrees above that. Looking at maybe 63 to 67. We'll keep that trend through the weekend. Our next chance of some breezy conditions, not as gusty as we experienced, will be early next week. But here's a look at your Saturday. Sunday's about the same, and then we'll be kind of watching stuff to the north and west. The first one, which will generate some wind, will open the door for the second event, which is Wednesday into Thursday. So there you go, mid to upper 60s for your Friday. A fine Friday everywhere. 66 for Sacramento. The morning low at Marysville and Woodland will be in the upper 30s, so a little chill to start, but highs really sweet, upper 60s over toward Vacaville. Gold Country, how about sunshine across the board? 50s on into the low 60s. 57 for Pollock Pines, 64 tomorrow for Auburn, 59 in Grass Valley. Now up toward the high country, beautiful weather there, very fall-like, low to mid 50s for Plumas County. You get around the greater Lake Tahoe area, it's cold overnight. Truckee's at 16, South Shore at 18, daytime highs pushing 50 degrees around Truckee. And then over toward the west, sunshine, light winds, 63 for Monterey, mid 60s San Jose. And there you go, 63 San Francisco with a hint of a north breeze and a few clouds to start, then sunshine. All right, so here we go. Into the weekend. Weekend's looking spectacular. A bit of a breeze. It's a little elevated as far as fire danger, but not a real big deal on Monday. And then we start to transition to what's going to get interesting. Upper 50s, so at or below average temperature-wise. Slight chance of showers as we go on through the day. By the evening time on Tuesday, we'll really start to see this come together. We're going to drop in another 5-6 degrees for Wednesday, which is the big travel day. We'll have rain there. And if you have temperatures in the low to mid 50s, that means you're going to get some snow. Looking at maybe a couple of feet of snow up there in the Sierra, and snow levels definitely below pass level, probably pushing well down that west slope. So travel issues there. We'll have travel issues with rain. It'll be gusty winds. Finally, some winter weather getting in here. It's just the timing. We'll, of course, focus in more on this as we get into next week, but you are prepared with a nice weekend and playing the waiting game for some wintry weather. Tony?
Dave, thanks. Tonight when we see you at 6, gas pains before that Thanksgiving meal. Yep. Why prices at the pump are set to skyrocket.
And a woman arrested for selling tainted skin cream as a local woman remains in a coma after using it. We're getting answers on how these products even get into the country.
You wouldn't go to Stanton, would you, Fergus? You don't think that Stanton's glasses are more beautiful than mine, do you? I am going to ask you one last time.
At Stanton Optical, get 2 pair for $59.95, plus an eye exam.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love it.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one, too.
And this month is the perfect time to see why.
Wow. I love it.
That's my next truck.
Find your reason to fall in love with a new Chevy and get a great deal all month long.
I love it.
I'm going to go buy a Chevy. Get 20% below MSRP on all 2019 Silverado double cab pickups. That's over $97.50 on this Silverado. Or during the Black Friday sales event, get 20% below MSRP on other select 2019 models.
I was missing teeth. It was painful to chew. I cut up my food very small, and I would feel more and more limited.
I know she felt that she was holding people back. We couldn't go where we wanted to go out to eat.
I knew I had to try something, and that's what originally drove me to Clear Choice.
When a patient comes in for their free consultation, oftentimes they're not happy with their dentures. Dental implant procedures, they're more permanent. The materials are stronger. They're made with a higher level of technology.
Implants are like normal teeth. I mean, there was no pain. Dentures could never fit right. With the implants, you don't take them out. So there's no worry about them slipping. When you actually can eat and smile as much as you want, it's wonderful.
Next DT, we're taking our show to Berlin with guest co-host Michael B. Jordan.
Oh man, it's like I'm trying not to smile so hard right now.
Our sweet surprise that hit close to home.
It's like emotional overload, honestly.
Plus, it's a Thanksgiving Thursday with Matthew Hussey.
So you're going to your partners over the holidays.
Tips on making a good first impression with the family.
That will score massive independence points.
Next DT.
Tonight at 6:30 on CBS 13.
There are those who will say that you're too fat,
Too skinny. Too hard. Too soft. Too old. Too much. Too unexpected. Too limited. And to them we say, too bad. Because at Kaiser Permanente, we believe that everyone deserves the right to thrive.
You wouldn't go to Stanton, would you, Fergus? You don't think that Stanton's glasses are more beautiful than mine, do you? I am going to ask you one last time.
At Stanton Optical, get 2 pair for $59.95, plus an eye exam.
Netflix is apologizing after going dark for hours today.
We call on Curtis Main with what he's found out.
Yeah, 2 hours of no Netflix. It impacted people in parts of the U.S., Europe, and Asia. Users got an error saying cannot play title. Please try again later. The company is not saying what went wrong, but service is now restored. Many Americans in their 20s and 30s may have given up on owning a home. A new survey finds nearly 9 million millennials expect to be permanent renters. That's up more than 1 million people from a year ago. Nearly half of millennials renters say they have not saved a dime for a down payment on a home. More than half of Americans are behind on retirement savings. Bankrate says part of the problem, more than a third of workers have never had a retirement account, or they actually tapped into it too early to pay for unplanned expenses. Have you ever thought of your food print? I haven't, but restaurants are tackling climate change now through the food they serve. This LA restaurant is on a growing list around the world, joining the Zero Food Print Initiative.
It gives you an honest glance in the mirror as to what your carbon footprint is, and then what you can do to neutralize it.
The initiative helps restaurants reduce their carbon footprint by looking at how the food is prepared and how the business is run. Chef Sammy did a carbon footprint assessment.
It's the equivalent of 84 passenger vehicles on the road a year.
He's now recycling more, analyzing how deliveries are made, and picking vendors committed to renewable farming. Customers like it.
So I think we're all, in this day and age, moving forward with what's best for the environment, what's best for your body, what's best for your health.
By the way, Mulvaney's B&L in Sacramento has pledged to get involved in the Zero Food Print Initiative by next year. Have a consumer problem? We're here for you. Go to CBS13.com/call-Curtis and fill out our form.
All right.
Becoming more aware. All right.
Yeah. Okay, to a story about something valuable lost, but she got it back. Thanksgiving came early for a grocery store clerk in Massachusetts. Look at this nice lady, 80-year-old Jan McGuire. She works as a part-time bagger at a supermarket, and she's so fast, her ring slipped right off, right into a customer's bag. She's had it for 60 years, so you can imagine, after posting on Facebook and asking everyone, have you seen my ring? Have you seen my ring? She's so grateful to get it back.
It gives you faith after all the things that go on around, you know. Really, it was a good feeling. Good Thanksgiving feeling, I'll tell you.
So the ring means so much, in part because her husband died a few years ago. And, oh, by the way, it will not be worn around her finger anymore. There it is. She now wears it securely around her neck and close to her heart.
What a sweet woman, Jan.
She's so fast, the ring just slipped off.
I know. She's quick. All right. That's going to do it for us. Thanks so much for watching.
See you tonight at 6 and 10. Take care.
Hey, it's your Sandman here. Down here. I bet you didn't know getting rid of your old mattress was so easy. Your retailer can pick it up.